What's the creepiest stranger encounter you've had? Everyone's had a weird encounter with a stranger at some point. A strange look on the street, an odd conversation on the bus, something you brush off and forget about the next day. But there are some moments, some people, you never forget. Because deep down, you know something wasn't right. This happened a few years ago when I was living alone in a small apartment. It wasn't in a bad neighborhood exactly, but it wasn't the safest either. My building was old, the kind where the hallways always feel a little too dark, and the walls seem too thin for comfort. I worked late shifts at the time, so I often got home around midnight, sometimes even later. One night I was coming back from work, tired, earbuds in, not really paying attention. I got off the bus and started the short walk home. The streets were mostly empty, except for this man walking on the opposite side. I noticed him because he was slow. Not like someone just out for a stroll, but like he was deliberately matching my pace. When I sped up, he sped up. When I slowed down, so did he. I tried to tell myself I was being paranoid. It was just a coincidence. But I couldn't shake the feeling that something was off. When I finally reached my building, I glanced back. He was gone. Completely vanished. I stood there for a moment, half expecting him to step out from behind something, but the street was empty. Relieved, I went inside. That relief didn't last long. As I got to my floor and turned the corner toward my apartment, he was there, standing right in front of my door. No explanation, no sound, just standing there, like he'd been waiting for me. My heart nearly stopped. I didn't know what to do. Run? Scream? He looked at me and smiled. Not a friendly smile. A knowing smile. Like he'd been expecting this moment. He said very calmly, "You shouldn't live alone." And then, he walked away. Not down the hall, not toward the stairs. Just into the darkness at the end of the corridor, where the lights had been broken for months. I locked my door that night. Double-locked it. I moved a chair against it, like I'd seen people do in movies. I didn't sleep. The next morning, I asked the building manager if he'd seen anyone strange. He just shrugged and said, "People come and go, I don't keep track." I never saw that man again. But every time I unlock a door now, I check behind me. Because sometimes the scariest strangers don't need to follow you home. They're already waiting for you.